redemption. The one word to describe the theme of this run. The single goal I have in this video. To achieve it, I must reach level 20 with no deaths on the first of my characters. Prove to you guys and myself, I've got what it takes to complete this challenge. Hazken, what's the challenge? So glad you asked, handsome viewer. In this series, I'm trying to reach the max level of 160 on all 12 classes in the game, on the max landscape difficulty, level 9. The catch, all 12 classes have 1 life each. However, if a character dies, it can be revived if I reach a gold level. Gold levels are every 10 levels starting at level 20. And in the last episode, we leveled through the starter map of Red Lewin, specced into Redline for big fire damage, and farmed the deeds in the map to get our virtue levels up. In this episode, we take a new path through Bree-land, face the new dangers, and with some luck, hopefully we complete our goal. Arriving in Bree, I do the only sensible thing and visit the Prancing Pony, of course. Here, I complete my main storyline quest, but don't accept the next because I have a plan. You see, all my characters so far are set on the path to the Lone Lands, following the path of the ring. However, I want to shake things up. I want to instead go north to the North Downs, eventually reaching the town of Estelden and beyond. But we have to level up a bit before we get to all that. And with the arrival quest done and some jewelry crafted, I had to complete my class quest, which ironically I have to go to the Forsaken Inn, which is in the Lone Lands. Funny how things work out, eh? I immediately remove that quest and keep my course true. I will enter the North Downs. Heading north out of Bree, past Hazken comes to his senses and properly slots good virtues. Everyone applaud past Hazken. Good job, past Hazken. And accepting these quests, I make short work of some brigands, talk to this super secret spy, and protect him from the very same brigands. And I spawn a wraith right on his forehead. Thank goodness there was only one wave. So I complete these quests and get to finally take out the brigands in this little campsite for an actual reason other than just to scoop their supply chest. And this leads me to their main encampment, a hill well defended with guards and high wooden spiked walls. And of course, I approached with the utmost caution and didn't just run in guns blazing. It wasn't even close. Not even close. Anyway, I collect these stolen goods, have a nice snack, and continue my shenanigans. And this time went better? Kinda? So I finish off the camp, grab the last of the goods, taking out the captain, and looting their strongbox. And riding over here, I realize I missed a quest and will have to come back to save her later in another quest line. So I ride back with the job half done, but very content with my camp clearing tactics. Now I have to get boar hides and trinkets for a sword, and my plan worked so well before, why not use it here? And my runestone's dead. Went exactly according to plan. So I collect my debris, scoop this backpack, and this backpack, and grab my last pieces of debris while Mr. Volcanic Runestone does my job for me. Turning in, I unlock the quest to save the girl in that cage, so I ride back to finish the job, clear my way through the camp to get to her, and complete the first tier of Brigand Slayer. And releasing her, this defense goes pretty smoothly. Oh, hi there. Good luck, Maribel! And my runestone kept pulsing, so now I have aggro, but this actually works out in my favor to some degree. You see, when I disengage here out of aggro range, Maribel moved out of that corner and outside of the Wraith's aggro range, allowing me to completely avoid the Wraith and allowing me to complete this quest. So I make quick work of these brigands, completing the quest, and show some growth for once. I'm learning from my past mistakes. We might just make it to level 160. One day. With all these quests complete, I head south to Andrath, and I kid you not, I hit 17 ore nodes along the way. 17! For those who don't play Lotro, that's at least in my opinion, a lot of ore for one walk. But moving on, I'm tasked with dealing with these brigands and half-orc, half-men hybrid guys here at this ruin, and they're up to no good. Under orders from some guy named Sharky. Clearing the first of many half-orcs levels me to 18 and unlocks a skill that will cleanse bad tiki-tiki effects. This would have been really nice in last episode when I had a poison and a bleed combo. But I continue on taking on the ruins group by group, collecting all these caravan goods until I reach the top of the ruins and face off with Sharky's lieutenant. He stuns me early, allowing him and his brawler to get a lot of damage off on me. And backing up, I aggro another guy. Luckily, I was able to stun the boss and my burns took out the first lackey. A quick daze disables the last guy while I heal up. And I make it out safely. With these ruins cleared out, I head north, pillaging the ore deposits along the way. And arriving at this farm, I gather up all the quests, and most importantly, I get the quest from the Ranger Saradan. Clearing wolves, bears, and boars along the way, I head north to an orc encampment that's holding the farmer Rob Thornley prisoner. Pushing in, I clear out the super spaced out orcs, untie him, and defend him as he makes his way out of the camp. So I stop to get this barrow iron, and this orc gives me a good reminder that there's danger in even the simplest engagements. He gets the blue enraged buff and gets me to half HP almost instantly. I finished the fight off with a lightning strike, but that caught me off guard. On my way to turn in, fighting this bear and gathering the silver levels me to 19. One more level and redemption will be achieved. Destination Lonelands? Alright buddy, let's get that out of here. Oh, also I unlocked a racial trait that gives me shadow mitigation. That'll be good against the Wraith even though it's not a ton. You see, each race in the game has its own set of traits to unlock, giving you race-specific skills and stat bonuses. I actually specifically chose Stout Axe for my Runekeeper because Stout Axe at level 35 unlocks a permanent 3% fire damage buff. All of my race to class choices are very intentional, and when I start unlocking the specific buff I chose the race for, I'll get into the specifics. But back to the adventure. After turning in, I'm sent to another larger orc camp where I need to take out the Red Reaver, recover stolen supplies, and take out many of their forces in the camp. Here, I actually take things smart. I single out fights where I can, make use of my runestone holding aggro, but I get ambushed by the Red Reaver. Finishing off the last of the group, I daze him and create as much space as possible while still avoiding the Wraith I spawn to heal up and send out some powerful spells. And I'm able to come out on top. And finishing the last of these orcs for my quest, I take a victory scoop and head back to turn in. Now it's time to take on the quest at Henstacer Farm, the home stretch to reach level 20. I ride around accepting all the quests and get to them right away, collecting this satchel. And heading east to this beautiful lake to get snapper meat. Here I find repeatable quests that reward crafting scrolls. Good to know in case I need to farm specific profession recipes. But now there's just one thing between me and level 20, and that's these tiny snapper turtles. And defeating them levels me to 20. No big crazy boss, no crazy twist, I'm level 20. Revive earned, no deaths, the way this challenge was supposed to go the last 6 episodes. And with this milestone level achieved, I also unlocked a break stun, a corruption removal, and an induction interrupt, and a resurrection skill, which I'll never use. But what's a Hazken video without a boss of some sort presenting some great danger? I present to you Durharna, a rare signature wood troll that's super fast and super strong. We fight! And I win pretty handily. So I continue on finishing the quests while I'm here taking out Tarburs and farming the snapper turtles, and almost died to these last 2. So I turn in and finish the last of the quests here at the farm by taking on this orc encampment. Here I need to take out their commander Gazburs and many of the regular orcs. And as I engage these 2 archers, a major weak spot for me, Gazburs respawned almost instantly and aggroed on me from the runestone I placed down the fight before. I managed to take one down, but playing line of sight isn't helping, and I get down to critical HP levels. And I'm forced to run for my life. I can't die now, not after finally making it to level 20. I managed to get a massive induction heal off, bringing me back to full, and Gazburs rubber bands back to the encampment. I was safe, but I have to go back. And walking into the camp, I aggro this guy again, so I decided to just take him out again to be done with him. And I managed to finish off the rest of the orcs for the quest. And with the quest here in Bree-land now complete, I head north into the North Downs, where the next time I play my Runekeeper, I'll quest in the hopes to reach level 30. But this episode isn't over yet. With the revive I earned, I revived my Lore Master, and it's time for a rematch with Drindolf. Just kidding, I actually had to Glen Helg to turn in all the trophy hunter quests I did complete, inching closer to level 20. After that, I head to Mossburg to catch up on all my crafting, as this guy is my backup tailor and woodworker if my minstrel dies, and consequently, the crafting XP puts me to level 20. But this episode isn't over yet! With this revive earned from my Lore Master, I revive my Bjorning again, so I can get the rematch in the Barrow-downs. So I make my way back into the Downs, taking out Vargas and running it back with old Lalia. And lightning strikes twice. I once again spawn a Wraith right on her forehead and it instantly runs to her. But I've been here before and I know how to bypass this. If you recall earlier in the episode, I had this same thing happen with my Runekeeper in the Brickin camp. what I need to do is clear the way and then lure the wraith far away so she keeps moving without dying to the wraith. Attempt 1, she was stuck on the skeleton. Attempt 2, she's moving, just not far enough. Attempt 3, I stunned the wraith to hopefully get some extra time, and she was moving fast. I successfully got her away from the wraith, and the rest comparatively was super easy. So we meandered our way out, taking out the prince, and made it the rest of the way out, redeeming my last death. Funny enough, another wraith spawns, but it's right as the escort ends, so I don't have to do the tango twice. And because the theme of this episode is redemption, what better way to end this episode off than by redeeming the death of my minstrel? So I talked to the Wandering Shade to get his quest, turn into these guys first to guarantee my level up to 20, look at me thinking ahead. Reaching 20, I unlock a break stun, a corruption removal, and an induction interrupt just like my Runekeeper. And now it's time to redeem my minstrel. 1-on-1. I stun him and make short work of this guy. Now I can truly say redemption has been had this episode. Redeeming my Bjorning death against the Wraith, redeeming my Minstrel death against the Barrow-wight. Now we're cooking with gas. I've even got an extra revive banked now that my Bjorning's level 20. And come to think of it, I have a lot of ore built up. I think it's time to level a heavy armor class. What do you guys think? Tune in next time to see which class I take on next.